What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to give you guys some quick Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you would like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So yesterday in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons have reinstated defensive lineman Eddie Goldman. He is a defensive tackle who signed last summer with our Atlanta Falcons, but then he decided to retire. So he was reinstated surprisingly yesterday by our Atlanta Falcons. He decided to unretire. They haven't made any news yet about if they're going to extend him. From what I'm understanding, he signed a one-year deal with our Atlanta Falcons last season, but being that he didn't play with our team, I believe that one-year deal he signed last year would be the contract he would have this season playing for our Atlanta Falcons. But this was a pleasant surprise of getting Eddie Goldman back on this defense. Eddie Goldman is about 6'3", 325 pounds. He's a very good defensive tackle. He played early in his career with the Chicago Bears, who drafted him out of Florida State. But he was a really good player with the Chicago Bears for about 5 seasons. And then he signed last offseason with our Atlanta Falcons, but decided to sit out the season and decided to retire. So I'm definitely think that adding Eddie Goldman to this defensive front is going to be huge for our Atlanta Falcons. Him pairing with David Onyemata, pairing him with TQ, Taquan Graham, pairing him with guys like Grady Jarrett up front. I really think that Eddie Goldman is just going to be another depth piece that we can add to this team. But he's a really, really good defensive tackle. And now Grady Jarrett does have 2 guys that he can rely on, really 3 guys he can rely on next to him with Taquan Graham, David Onyemata, and now Eddie Goldman. So I really think that this Atlanta Falcons front 7 and the trenches are really starting to come into shape and come into form. And I'm really excited to see what this Atlanta Falcons defense is going to be after the draft. Excuse me. I really think that this Atlanta Falcons defense is going to be really good this year. Could easily be a top 10 defense. With us adding guys like Jesse Bates to this defense, who's a playmaker on the back end, you still having guys like Richie Grant on the back end, AJ Terrell, Casey Hayward, and then we added Mike Hughes, brung back Cornell Armstrong. Us having Troy Anderson and those guys up front. We still haven't re-signed Rashaan Evans, but I definitely think there's a possibility he could come back as well. Us bringing in all of the guys that we signed recently, I think having Eddie Goldman on this defense is going to do wonders. And I definitely think that he's one of those guys that's a really good defensive tackle, a guy that can stop the run, a guy who also can rush the passer at times as well. But he's definitely a guy that's going to be able to collapse the pocket. And I easily think that we have possibly one of the best defensive tackles or inside defensive tackle rotations in the NFL with David Onyemata, Grady Jarrett, and Eddie Goldman. We have a really deep defensive tackle and defensive line. And I really think that they're going to add more players in the draft. Possibly could add another veteran edge as well. So I definitely think signing Eddie Goldman was huge for this Atlanta Falcons team. Him being reinstated is huge news for our Atlanta Falcons. One of those guys that I wasn't expecting, or one of the moves I wasn't expecting for our Atlanta Falcons. But I'm definitely excited to see what Eddie Goldman can bring to this team. Definitely think that he brings, as I mentioned, he brings that run stuffing ability, that ability to collapse the pocket and make guys around him better. So with that being said, you guys let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think about Eddie Goldman now coming back with the team. But I definitely think that this is another great move for our Atlanta Falcons in this offseason. And Terry Fontenot is doing a great job. Him in the front office is doing a great job of putting this young Atlanta Falcons team together. With that being said, This been your boy Jew. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. But with that being said, as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.